All right, so this time we will start out with the historic marker. This is the Whitesville Methodist Church Cemetery. The adjacent cemetery predates the church building. It has several types of burial markings, from the earliest stacked stone and brick graves to metal, mail-ordered grave markers. There are numerous family plots defined by retaining walls, copings, and iron fencing. Many graves are unmarked as uninscribed fieldstone markers were inadvertently removed. The earliest burial date on a marker is 1844 for Reuben Mobley, one of the church founders. What?
Mobley. Gosh, how many times am I tell you?
Mobley. That's right.
He was the founder of this church. They met at his home to start off with, and then they got up enough money, they built the church. Hey, look at this right outside before we go in there and look at that one. Look right outside over there.
I see it.
What is that?
It looks like a footstone.
It does, doesn't it?
But I see two, so probably not. It's probably marking a little child's grave. Tally.
Didn't we see some tallies?
We just saw some tallies. Interesting.
I'm gonna pull this one up. This is only for
nothing but ants.
Ants, nothing but ants. But it is the smaller of the two stones.
Yeah. Tally.
Right. Tally. And we're way outside this.
Yeah. All right, so this is the last standing fence. We found that beautiful ornate wrought iron fence in the woods over there, but this is the last standing fence in this cemetery. It's a Stewart Ironworks, one that we see relatively common. Let's see if it still, yep, still works. Still works here.
Look at that. Look how it's, you know, we've seen this at Linwood.
Yeah.
We've seen it over in
Catala. Yeah. Waverly Hall, possibly. Yeah. In the woods.
Oh yeah. We've seen it in the woods. Still working there.
All right, so I'm gonna get in here and kind of skim this one since it's raining, but this is William Notley Maddox, October 25th, 1843 to December 1st, 1910. Thy life was beauty, truth, goodness, and love. And at the top is the Masonic burial. Now this is an interesting one here with the ball on top, the globe on top. Yeah. Emma R. Frost, wife of William N. Maddox, February 18th, 1851 to January 20th, 1900. Kind of see the comparison between the two stones there.
Flashlight?
I do have my flashlight. Slowly fading, lingering, dying, like the leaf, she passed away, heeding not our tears of anguish. Heaven has claimed its own today, and we weep. For me to live in Christ and to die for me to live as Christ and to die is something right there. What does that say at the end there, Robert? To die is gain.
Gain.
Yeah.
Gain.
Nothing on that side.
Now look here.
Yeah.
Right next to the wife. First thing I noticed was not the name.
Yeah.
Look how it's, this is, what is that, granite or marble?
Marble, I think.
Is this thing sagging?
Yeah, it is. So the water's pooling in it right there.
It's sagged, hasn't it? We saw this in, was it Waverly Hall we saw that? We actually
yeah, I remember saw a dip in there, yeah.
But this here, go ahead and read this one.
Mrs. R.A. Radney, born December 23rd, 1828. No, 1823.
23.
Died September,
what is it,
11th, September 11th, 1896. Mother of Emma Maddox.
Mother-in-law.
Yep. Yep, that's it.
Right with her.
So it's Emma R. Frost. I wonder if it's Emma Radney Frost. I wonder if she was married before.
No, her mother was a Radney.
Yeah, but she was a Frost.
Now, I do remember some people used to have 4 names. Remember
Yeah.
that? They would try and cram their family heritage into the name.
Right.
And they would name it after grandparents or whatever just to get that name in there. But you're right, she could have been
She could have been
second
Mrs. Frost.
Mrs. Frost. So, and right next to them are some children.
Their children.
Are they the children? I can't make this out. I'm trying to...
No, they're not. Son of Mr. and Mrs. J.A. Williams.
Oh, wow, the poor kid didn't live long. January the 16th. What's his name?
Walter. Walter Williams.
January 16th, 1891. Died April the 5th,
1891.
Children. This is Clarence, grandson
Of Mr. and Mrs. Amos Smith. That's interesting. Son of Mr. and Mrs. J.A. Williams and grandson of Mr. and Mrs. Amos Smith. You don't see that.
Not too
Awesome.
often do you see the grandparents.
Born
February 8th.
1885, died July 4th, 1885. Another one did not live long at all.
So this
Do you remember that other cemetery we went to in the woods that had a bunch of 1880s kids, kids that died in the 1880s?
Was that not the one in the woods, the one that was down in town? Was that the one that was down in town?
There was one in the woods too that had a bunch of kids that died in the 1880s. We went to it right before we came to this church for the first time. Video still not released.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, video still not released.
We do so many of them, I can't remember.
All right, so this is Annie M. Smith, wife of J.A. Williams and daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Amos Smith. Born November 10th, 1857 and died March 8, 1885. So her child died after she did. She died March 8th, 1885.
Then the child died.
She died a month after her child was born. Her child was born February 8th, 1885. She died March 8th, 1885. And her child died July 4th, 1885. Now, if you notice, this one, who's the son of Mr. and Mrs. J.A. Williams, this was from a different marriage because Walter was born 1891 and died 1891.
So is that
This
the
is
husband?
No, this is the grandparents right here. Mr. and Mrs. Amos Smith are the grandparents of this child. This was from a different marriage. And Annie here was the daughter of Amos Smith, who was born February 7th, 1831 and died May 6th, 1908.
Oh, look here.
And here's John Anderson Williams, August 27th, 1851, died June 30th, 1923. I wonder where the second wife is. Maybe she's back here.
Could be.
So that was Amos Smith right there, who was the grandparents of the little child. This is Emily Smith. What does that
Can
say?
you hold the camera?
Sister
of
Emily Smith, sister of Amos Smith.
Born February 1st.
1837. Died February 11th, 1885. So what I'm seeing here is Amos Smith must have been a pretty important fellow, at least in his family, for them to note his sister, his daughter, his grandchild there.
Here's another one.
This is Sarah, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Amos Smith, February 12th, 1870 to July 10th, 1890.
Nice. Can you make this one out?
See Connie E., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Amos Smith, born July 6, 1878.
January
6, 1878. Died February 26, 1892. She died very young.
Very young.
Fannie G. Smith, wife of Amos Smith, born February 29, 1840. Died March 10th, 1916.
Right here by my feet.
So I guess this is that looks like a footstone. Hey, you know what this is? This is the side of a false crypt. Look at the cutout right there.
Yep.
That was probably just a reuse. Maybe they went to the stone maker and just bought some seconds or something to mark a grave.
Of who?
Of who?
Of who? And look here.
Another daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Amos Smith, Allie Smith. She was born October 17th, 1882 and died November 29th, 1965.
It was a long time.
She sure did. It's hard to believe, you know, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Amos Smith was alive in your lifetime.
Yeah.
You know.
Smith. The big one is
Maddox.
Maddox. Look over there. Another Maddox.
Another Maddox.
So could the Maddox and Smith somehow or another been related?
Yeah.
To some
Either marriage or
family of some kind? Here's another Maddox right here.
J.A. Maddox, born August 10th, 1833, died July 2nd, 1905. Now, you know, as well engraved as these are, we might not even need like Ancestry.com to put it together, because it notes, you know,
Yeah.
mothers,
Guess what
sisters.
just caught my eye when you were
What just
backing away?
Caught your eye. Oh, daughter of a Revolutionary soldier. In loving memory of Permelia, a consort of Notley Maddox, September 30th, 1806 to May 1st, 1900.
The rain and weather has really mother. I make out mother.
I can make out mother too.
To the.
We too. Something, and
That's it. Something was
That's it.
here also.
the water has taken its toll on that one. She was a daughter of a Revolutionary soldier, though.
Yeah. Huh. Now, if this plaque is here, you know what that means?
What's that?
There's a record of this, because they don't put these plaques up unless they know for sure who, everything.
It's erected by the Button Gwinnett chapter of the Daughters of
Yeah.
American Revolution.
Yeah.
Remember, we saw those at the Christmas cemetery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mrs. Permelia G. Maddox, born September 15th, 1842, died December 19th, 1915. It's 1960, 1977. What was that, 1991?
97.
97.
Francis Nail Pierce.
So let's look
Here's
at
a
these.
child right here. We just walked
Yeah,
right past.
little Tommy Henderson.
Little Tommy.
Little Tommy. Son of Maddox, J.A. and S.F. Maddox, born 1881, died 1882, asleep in Jesus at the bottom.
July. Can you make that out?
August 15th, 1881,
July.
and July 18th, 1882.
Poor little kid.
Sally Henderson, wife of J.A. Maddox, born May 12th, 1845, died February 27th, 1928. A tender mother and faithful friend. Here's Thomas Maddox, born 1847, died 1864. Let's see if we can get months. November 23rd, 1847, and March 22nd, 1864. And this is in memory of Notley Maddox. Now, is that the same as this obelisk? No, this is J.A. Maddox. In memory of Motley Maddox. Notley. Born May 31st, 1801. Died September 9th, 1867.
This is his wife.
And that's his wife, yeah.
Yeah, right next to him. Right next to him. And this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the underneath here, Notleys. Look at the Notleys. That marble. Yeah,
With brick on top, it looks like.
brick on top. The one next to him, which I guess is
Another box
Sun.
tomb. No brick on top. Taller sides, unless that one just sank
Yeah.
in and they raised it at some time.
But look here.
Yeah.
So these are by themselves off the edge of the big family. This is probably the extended family. Could be brother-in-laws, brothers.
Right.
We know there's a mother-in-law there. There's no markings, just some old, you call them recycled stones.
Look at the notch on the top.
Yep. That were used for some reason to bury someone unknown.
Yeah.
Why were they buried in this cemetery?
I don't know. It's
Could they have been related? Could they have been a distant relative? Could they be at a time when, well, you know what, we can't afford to get him a stone. He just passed away, or
it's
something
interesting
like that.
because it looks like that on every other grave they were well marked except for these.
Also, I need to take you one day to show you a 1850 something cemetery where the slaves were actually buried in the same, right there with them.
Yeah.
Because they were either close,
right,
or that for some reason or another they were buried right there with them.
Yeah.
I'll have to take you over one day. Remind me to do that. But could this be
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It's a mystery.
This is pre-Civil War, some of it, right?
Yeah, some of it's pre-Civil War, some of it's
Post-Civil War.
They were definitely alive pre-Civil War, at least. I'm not sure if there were any.
Now, and also it could just be family members that say, yeah, you can bury your distant cousin here if you want to. We had these two here. We had the one outside the fence too. We had two of them right over there.
Yep.
What about that one? Is that one of them?
Oh.
That
There's one. Yeah,
there.
footstone. For this one, it's the base. Look how the base is just crumbled. Sacred to the memory of James C. Wynn, different name here. Born August 7th, 1851, and died June 26th, 1891. When we leave this world of changes, when we leave this world of care, we shall find our missing loved one in our Father's mansion. What is that? Fair? In our Father's mansion.
Can't make it out either.
And look at the finger pointing upwards.
Yep.
On the top there.
And this 1891, that stone deteriorated and it fell over.
Yeah, it did.
So that would be the footstone for this one.
Yeah, the footstone, JCW, James C. Wynn. This Cleveland Hendricks and Queenie, children of Mr. and Mrs. T.W. Harrelson, born August 6th, 1885, died July 8th, 9th, 11th.
3.
Cleveland, Hendricks, and Queenie. Yeah, July 8th, 9th, and 11th. So they were twins.
3.
They were all born, triplets. Yes,
Triplets.
sorry, triplets. August 6th, 1885 is when all three of them were born. And they died the 8th, 9th, and 11th. Man, that was rough right there.
They all died within 3 days.
Yeah.
So something hit, something flu, whatever, pandemic, health issue happened.
It's another one in the 1880s.
1886.
What was happening in the 1880s?
One of the babies got sick. What, the Spanish flu? Spanish flu was after that. But it was something before then. There was, wow, that's a tragedy right there.
Yes,
all
it
three of
is.
the children.
8th, 9th, and 11th. Man.
Oh, not quite a year old.
Hendricks and Queenie. Yeah. Yeah, because they were all born triplets all in the same day. Is John Tom, son of Mr. and Mrs. T.W. Harrelson, born October 2nd, 1888, died March 22nd, 1904. So he lived for a little bit longer than Cleveland, Hendricks, and Queenie. They were born 85. He was born 88 and died in 1904. He could have been Spanish flu. Possible,
maybe.
you know, that's the era for that.
Can you read that?
The epitaph.
Yeah.
Here rest the sweetest something of hope that or no, I can't. You want to have a shot at it?
Here rests the sweet, can't make it up, of hope. Word,
The sweetest bud of hope
but of hope, that
or
here to Humanities, I can't
make
make it out either because of the was given. Humanities.
The heir to human wish was given. How much of light and how much of joy is buried with our darling boy. I wonder where the Harrelsons are buried. They weren't in here, were they?
They could be right there underneath our feet.
It could be.
Maybe when they passed away, there was no family left to take care of them or something like that.
Yeah.